for KOCT. This year marked Eastside Oceanside's 16th annual Fall Fair. We're here to cruise through Joe Balderrama Park to see the car show, the food, and all the fun.
Each year, the fair takes place at Joe Balderrama Park in Eastside. We got in touch with the event coordinator, Concha Green, to find out more.
What's the history of this fair? How did it actually come about?
Well, we run an after-school program for our children in the community, and we needed money. And our organization, the Eastside United Community, is a nonprofit. So what we did, we started having the fair, selling food and whatever we could do to make money, which we know stays in our community for our children, for books, pencils, binders, whatever they need for school, we have it here in the resource center for them. We've been collaborating with Duke's Car Show for about 5-6 years now. And this is really important because it brings the community back into the park, and they could look at the cars, and which are really nice. And Marisa Rosales, the one that's in charge of that, she will bring the cars in and they will award trophies. They make money also for their car show, but she also gives a portion to the Eastside community.
I'm the one that got together with Concha Green's organization, and asked her if our car club could be part of our event.
And tell us a little bit about Duke's Car Club, and that's the club that you work for.
Yes, Duke's is primarily a lowrider car club. It started in Los Angeles. The San Diego chapter is a young chapter. We're only probably like 13 years. And the original chapter in Los Angeles is actually considered one of the oldest lowrider car clubs. It was started in 1962. So they're closing in on their 50th anniversary.
Having had the car show as the main attraction at the fair for 5 years, we figured we might as well check out some of the individuals and car clubs that entered the competition.
This is a 1966 Chevy Impala Super Sport. It's got a 327 engine into it. It's all high performance, and bodywork was done up in Riverside, California. It's all custom, and it takes a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of patience, of course.
How long have you had it?
I've had this car for a little over 18 months, and I think I've thrown a little over $45,000 into it. So it does take a little bit of time to get it all ready for car shows like this.
My car is a 1993 Cadillac Fleetwood. I've had it for about 3 years. Put a little bit of money into it. We did most of the work ourselves, so just a little hobby we do. So something to cruise around in, have fun.
How long has Members Only Car Club existed?
It started back in the 80s, and then it kind of fell apart. Then it got restarted about 5 years ago. So ever since, we got about 10 cars now. So just something to do, have some fun.
We live here in the neighborhood, and we've always had helped when we had programs where they paint over the graffiti or pick up trash or go paint people's houses. We helped them. But Connie and Concha, they started this program a long time ago, and she was our neighbor, so we started working with the community since then. We had a love for cars since 1980. I still have my first car since 1980, and my wife and I love old cars. And fortunately, we were able to pass it on to our son. So now I got my wife and my son that we drove 3 cars here today, and the rest of our members as well today.
The club, I understand that you guys own, has a lot of awards. Can you tell me about some of your awards?
Well, we've won numerous awards throughout the years. We've had like Best of Show, Best Paint, I think Best Original Cars, because we like to keep them stock. Just little things here and there, participation, and just mostly Best of Show.
And Sedma, this is your pink one back here, right? This is yours? Tell us a little bit about that car.
Well, it's a 1957 Lincoln Premier. I've only had it for a short time, about a little over a year. That's about it. It's a really smooth drive.
Everybody mistakes it for a Cadillac, but it's actually a 57 Lincoln because it looks a lot like a Cadillac.
We were established in 1985, and we recently just had our 20-year anniversary. It's been a couple years, and we're about 32 chapters strong now, and we're from, of course, West Coast, which is California, and all spread through Japan, Australia, Chicago, worldwide pretty much.
And How long have you been coming to the Eastside Fair?
This is my second year actually. I know last year there was no event held, so at this time we made it being from North County, trying to support all the other clubs from North County, so we decided to show up today and give our support.
We have a lowrider and a Mustang, and we have a white truck.
Do you like riding in those?
Yes.
Are you going to have cars like that when you're older?
Maybe.
What kind of car would you have? If you could have any car, what would it look like?
It's like pick one that I saw right over there.
Okay, Jesus, can you tell us a little bit about the red car behind us?
Well, that's my godfather's car. It has the airbags on it, and this is Chevy and it's red.
And are you going to do this when you're older?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I've been in this car business probably, over 10 years, but I've always been interested in cars. I always loved cars. Even as a little girl, my family used to buy me dolls and stuff, and I used to toss the dolls, and then I'd go and I wanted cars. I wanted toy cars. I had Hot Wheels, Tonkas, so it was just in my blood from the beginning. I own a 1949 Hudson Brougham. Unfortunately, I couldn't have it here at the event because it's at the upholstery shop. It's getting the interior done, so I wasn't able to make it.
But despite not being able to compete this year, Marisa was still in charge of the awards. The awards included Best of Show and first and second place in several categories, including Impalas, trucks, bikes, 50s, 60s, and many more.
So what do you guys look for when you judge the cars?
When we judge cars, we're actually looking for to see if they have custom interior or if the interior's been redone. The paint job has a lot to do with it. Obviously the engine compartment, the types of rims and tires they have on the car, and basically the overall cleanliness of the car is basically what we're looking for when we're judging the cars.
Now I understand there's like a point system.
Yes.
How does that work?
Basically, the point systems, it's basically like average, above average, or so we're basically, once all the points are categorized, then we go down the list and we total out the numbers, and that's basically the amount of points that the car is going to have.
Can you tell us about some of the awards that you give out?
The awards that we're basically giving out this year, we got a first place, second place, and then we got a Best of Show, which is a big trophy, and then we're also giving out a plaque to the club that has most participants joining us today.
While the judges headed out to score the cars, we headed out to see what else was going on and learn a little more about the community itself.
Trying to get out here and help the community. We're doing free spinal exams, posture assessments for the kids. Find if anybody has any health problems or concerns, we might be able to help address and answer questions.
Have you been here at the Eastside Fair? Have you been here in the past?
No, this is our first year.
What do you think so far?
It's great. It's a beautiful day. It looks like a nice venue, so we're excited.
We're a community-based organization. We're not a fundraising organization. We're a service organization, so we do a lot of services to the community. A lot of people come to the building here, and they're not familiar with the city, how the city operates, or where do you report anything. So a lot of them come here, and we either tell them where to call, or if they can't language barrier, we call for them. So we're a good base community service.
Inside the Resource Center, UCAN had placed Eastside's rich history on display, including the history of Joe Balderrama Park.
Joe Balderrama was killed during World War II. Him and his 3 other brothers went to war, and Joe Balderrama was killed. As a matter of fact, he lived here. His family lived here across the street, there across San Diego Street. And when they brought his body back, well, of course, this park needed a name. Instead of the Eastside Park, they named it Joe Balderrama Park. And his family continues because in Vietnam, his nephew was also killed, Chris Garcia, who also donated the barbecue and the little terrace right there. Just like the Chavez Resource Center, it's named after people, Lucy, Joe, and Marie Chavez, people from the neighborhood who built this neighborhood and have kept it together.
After enjoying the fair for a little while, it was finally the moment everyone had been waiting for, the award ceremony. Several car clubs claimed multiple prizes, and even some individual owners who weren't part of a club swiped some trophies.
I'm here with Eduardo. He won first place in Impalas. Tell us about your car.
It's a 63 Impala. We started out when we had the body of it. So we had all the stuff from the body to the whole car. So my dad figured out where we're gonna paint, and so we were doing it in a shop, and we started fixing it.
So have you guys entered this contest before?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
Okay, and did you win anything last time? Okay. How does it feel to win?
Good.
Feels great. Just gives us more motivation for next show. Just try harder.
What does this mean for your club?
Just more, what I want to say, advertising, kind of more promotion. So it's good.
Do you want to keep your club growing in the future?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Get more cars, more people involved, more pedal cars for the kids.
After a day of fancy cars, delicious food, and more, it was clear the Eastside Fair wasn't about a competition, rather bringing everyone in the community together.
This event, too, brings a lot of people in. How important do you think this is to the Eastside community?
I think it's very important. I think it's a cultural event, and I think people need to come down and see thousands of dollars in these vehicles that these people put in, and I think people need to come down, look at them, and get involved in the community.
The purpose that we have it here is so that all of San Diego can see that we're not just sticking to our community, but all of San Diego, and whatever we can do to to help out the communities throughout San Diego. That's what we're here for.
Eastside is a family-oriented neighborhood. I mean, everybody knows each other. Everybody helps each other around here, and we look forward to this car show because this is one of the only times that we get to show our cars. It's our pride and joy, of course.
Anything that has to do with community outreach is positive. I mean, as far as ourselves and along with Duke's Car Club, we'd like to, like I said, as far as North County, we just recently started our chapter, so we're looking for an event ourselves to kind of get in contact with any city who's willing to work with us, because we believe anything with educational outreach programs is a positive thing for the community, any community.
It's very important that we get our community back into the park. Everybody enjoy themselves, working with the OPD, just whoever we can work with, and have the people come into a park. They enjoy the organizations and agencies that come in, give them information in a nice, friendly environment without no hassles or any problems like that.
Well, this year's Eastside Oceanside Car Show and Fair turned out to be a great success, and next year it's going to be even better. For KOCT, this is Julia Swain.